Good morning, lovers, friends, colleagues, haters, enemies, all of you. Good morning. You're watching Smell the Coffee with Anna Master and Glenora Shapura. How you doing, sweetie?
I'm good. So you're definitely not discriminating there.
I'm not discriminating. Shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to my haters too. You know, I think people sometimes we're delusional in our minds. We have haters,
But you don't.
but you don't. Do you
are
guys know
literally
that
the only one.
everybody has something that they're going through? They don't really have time to be a hater.
Apparently, who said this? Like you discover this in your 40s, though, that nobody is really thinking about you.
No one.
Like you
No one.
but we only get to that realization later on in
Yeah.
life. Now we're too concerned. Oh, Diana said this thing about
Yes.
me, so she's probably thinking. No, Diana has her own problems.
Diana has her own fires to put her out.
She's
colleagues.
not day and night thinking about you. Trust
That
me,
time,
it's not that deep.
That time you're thinking Diana's not sleeping, thinking, oh, tomorrow,
Yes.
Glenora. No, guys, at this age, in this economy, we all have so much going on. So I
Yes.
don't think. But I wanted to talk about the song Anxiety by Doechii, right?
It's so crazy that you should say that. I was literally playing that song in my head. Like it's like, how does telepathy work, guys? Like, is that a thing?
It's a thing. But I saw a tweet. No, it wasn't a thread that said, I rebuke the spirit of that anxiety song by Doechii.
What is the spirit of the anxiety?
So basically, a lot of people, right, were saying, okay, so the history behind the song Anxiety. I think, from what I heard, I'm not sure how far true this is, but apparently Doechii was just fooling around with the beat of somebody that you used to know. Somebody that I used to know.
Yeah.
Right, because that's why the song is over that beat. And then apparently people begged her and said, release a full song.
Yes.
To which she did, and it became a success. So shout out to her for that. But then now people are saying it's sort of like a spell.
Ooh.
Because the lyrics are people trying me, what? Anxiety, what? I feel like somebody's watching me or something like that.
Yeah.
And there was a girl on TikTok who was saying she was an ex-witch. So she was telling, you know, the things that seem very normal but are
that
actually
actually
demonic.
Really? Actually, I want to get into the psychology of that because sometimes you would listen to something and I don't know if it's the vibration or the words in the song, but it kind of makes you feel like,
It makes you feel something.
Yeah.
So she was there telling us, again, this is not me. This is what this girl on TikTok, I'll find her handle and then I can, you know,
Yeah,
you guys
we'll
can
put it
go
on the
watch the
social
videos.
medias, yeah.
Yes, we can put it on social media. But basically she was saying songs that have something that is very repetitive is a spell. And then somebody commented like that song, Anxiety by Doechii, and this girl said exactly like that. And then she also said what? I'm not saying it's a spell, guys, okay?
we are not
saying,
at all.
We
It's
are not
just one
saying
of those conspiracy theories
exactly
out there.
what people are saying.
what
So
people are
Doechii,
saying, yeah.
girl, this is not hate to Doechii. This is not hate to her song.
Anybody, yeah.
And I think at some point she even said, guys, I'm tired of the song. I don't know. But again, so she was also saying, this witch now on TikTok, she was saying that even concerts where the lights are red, that is also demonic. Alcohol, because there's a literal demon called alcohol. So she said anything that makes you act out of character, anything that perceives your version of reality. Because obviously when you're under the influence, you don't know what you're doing. You know, sometimes you're even like, I don't even know how I got home.
Yeah.
And you're laughing. So she was saying that's like a gateway for, you know, these otherworldly spirits.
Oh wow, that is so
Yeah.
crazy. That is so crazy. I actually want to go down this rabbit hole. I just love going down some rabbit holes.
No!
Like, it's not even like it's
No.
it doesn't necessarily need to be true or not true.
I
but
could not sleep after that video because
you
she was
serious?
just talking about the things that, and I said, oh my goodness. I could not sleep for
how
2
did
nights.
I end up here?
How did I end up here? How did I end up on which TikTok? How, guys? Yo,
Please give me the handle. I'll go check it out today.
she literally has a whole thread. Once we find the
name,
handle,
yeah.
we can put it on and then you guys can go. If you want to be like Lenora and go down this rabbit hole yourself, sure. If you are like, you know, this girl that believes in these things, you can also share your opinion, you know, let us know, are we on some conspiracy theory trip or do you think this is actually real? things like that. But nevertheless, we will be right back with some more top stories. In today's episode, we're talking all things love, relationships, sex, everything. Stick around, we'll be right back.
Hey everyone, you can catch Chill Sessions every Saturday on NTV at 7 p.m. Chill Sessions is the show where we take you in and around the country, counting down the trending music videos for the week you don't want to miss out.
Mornings just got better, Namibia. From the latest headlines to the hottest trends, we're bringing you the conversations that matter.
That's right. Bright minds, bold opinions, and a touch of morning magic. This is your daily dose of energy.
So grab a cup and join in on the conversation every weekday morning at 8 o'clock with Smell the Coffee, hosted by Diana Master and Aina Riza Quayo. Let's meet the young women who are going celibate, but not for the reason that you think. It's incredibly hard. Now, Mandana Zalgami, 29, spent a good chunk of her 20s being celibate. In fact, she purposely did not sleep with anyone for 4 consecutive years, the Floridian recently told the Post, and men have made her decision fairly easy. According to Zalgami's generation of young females, hookup culture, aided by dating apps, ruined intimacy. Hookup culture doesn't benefit women in any way, it only benefits the man, said Zalgami. I'm not here to judge, but at the same time, hooking up ruins the part where when you actually find that person that you want to spend the rest of your life with, it takes away from that special intimate moment that you have with them, she added. Zalgami is among a slew of Gen Z and millennial women who are fueling America's unprecedented sex recession. That's what they're calling it, a sex recession, and they seem to be fine with it. Across the country, younger single women are abstaining from sex like never before, not because they're saving themselves for marriage for religious reasons, but because they're fed up with today's bizarre digital dating world and hookup culture. Remember the purity pledges co-opted by Miley Cyrus, the Jonas Brothers, Demi Lovato, and more in the early aughts? Well, they're back with a twist as Purity Pledge 2.0 with support from high-profile celebrities like Lenny Kravitz and Khloe Kardashian, and word is spreading fast. Now, back to Zalgami, she said, after experiencing one too many failed situationships, a slang term used to describe an undefined romantic relationship, Zalgami grew tired of the emotionally immature, non-committal men she kept attracting, and she knew she needed to make a drastic change in her life. And she said celibacy seemed to be the answer. As much as you want to blame the other species, you also have to take accountability for what you're allowing certain people, for why you're allowing certain people into your life, and why you're okay with letting people basically walk all over you, she told the Post of her decision. To get her romantic life back on track, she committed to taking a solid year of no swiping on dating apps, 0 dates, and resisting the urge to even look in a cute guy's direction. She said the first 6 months to a year was so incredibly hard because I think as humans we thrive on that connection with another person, that intimacy, that emotional vulnerability, she admitted. But then after 1 year or 2, which turned into 3, which turned into 4 years, I made that promise to myself, until I'm in a committed relationship, I want to be celibate, said Zalgami.
Oh, wow. I mean, we talked about this another day where we're just talking about like how the streets, the dating streets are just
They're full of doo-doo.
like it's fine.
But I like what she said to say you also have to take accountability because you're allowing this in your life.
You are.
You know? And I was so happy to find out that, you know, there are more women doing this. When I tell people that I've been celibate, people don't believe me. They're like, you're lying. And I have been celibate for so long, colleagues.
Yeah.
So long. So it's basically now, again, not for religious reasons, not because, oh, I'm so holy and I'm so what. No. It's just that I don't want to hook up with somebody and then in the morning you're thinking, oh my goodness, now does this person want me out? Now in the morning it's awkward, you're sitting there and this person is looking at you like, I know you don't have a house or what, So I said to myself, it needs to be somebody that I feel safe with.
Yeah.
It needs to be somebody that I know in the morning, if I wake up at 9:10, he's going to make me breakfast, or if not, he's going to order something for us to eat. He's not going to be wanting me out of his space.
It's somebody that you want something long-term with.
Yes.
I like what she said. Like, she's just going to keep to herself.
Yeah.
And I think we can continue this conversation after my next story, which is just speaking about a survey that was done in terms of the number of sexual partners that one ought to have, according to people's perspectives.
Okay.
Now, science has spoken. Jeremy, I thought the days of the body count were long behind us, but trust scientists to bring it back up again. Now, according to science, not us, there is an ideal body count. A new study carried out in social, psychological, and personality science set out to figure out exactly what society sees as the ideal level of sexual activity for both men and women. According to Vice, the study found that people with moderate sex lives are judged more positively than those who have either too little or too much sex. The study surveyed over 340 participants in 2 separate samples. They asked how society would view a 25-year-old man or woman with different levels of sexual activity. They asked everything from the number of sexual partners to the level of intercourse and masturbatory habits. The study found that high sexual activity was rated as more favorable for men than women. However, low sexual activity was rated more positively for women than for men. The study found that the ideal was for men, 4 to 5 sex partners, with 2 to 3 being casual, and an age of 18 to 20 for losing their virginity. For women, 2 to 3 total sex partners, 1 to 2 casual, and losing their virginity between the ages of 16 and 18. The researchers wrote there are both similarities and differences in the societal evolution of male and female sexuality. However, contrary to common assumptions, moderate rather than extremely low or extremely high levels of sexual activity are most valued for both genders. This is so wild.
The ideal number of partners that a woman should have over her lifetime is 2 to 3.
Yes, it's
and
2
then
to
for
3.
men it's 4 to 5.
Yes. That is crazy.
So
crazy work. Crazy
that
work.
is crazy business.
Especially with this hookup culture. Like,
Yeah.
guys, you guys go to clubs, you hook up with this person. The next weekend, you're doing it with someone else.
With somebody else, yeah.
You cannot be telling me it's 2 to 3. Stop it.
People are vibing. People
You
are
cannot
living.
be telling me it's 2 to
Yeah.
3.
Ah.
And 4 to 5 for a man, guys.
For a man. For
We repeat this for a man. Maybe, guys.
for
stop
a man. Colleagues.
Stop it now. Stop
I
it.
think we need to stop being honest when we do these surveys, guys, because now your science and your data is off. It's so
Maybe
off.
that's why some people lie about their body counts. I saw a girl who did a video, and she was just like, come on, when a guy asks you what your body count is, she was like, it's always 3. It doesn't matter whether you divide it.
It's always 3.
You minus, you what.
It's
always
always
3. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it must be 3.
It must be 3. So
Yeah, but also, I've seen so many videos of people being asked, so what's your body count? And then they're like, I'm like, you're still going?
come on. But that goes back to our conversation that we're talking with your story about celibacy. Some people are now just and it's not even about the number going up. It's more the fact that it's just not worth.
It's just not
time
worth
and energy
exactly.
and body.
Yes. Why is my body count going up? And the thing is, right? People don't realize that sex is an energy exchange. You're
Speaking of
picking
that,
up people.
I don't know if we're allowed to talk about this, but it's a thing that I've seen a lot on social media, and I was just like, what is this soul tie thing that people are talking about?
They're soul ties. They are karmic ties. There's a lot.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
it's just stay home, colleagues. Just, keep to yourself, man.
But that is our opinion. It doesn't necessarily need to be, everyone
It's
else's
not,
opinion.
yes, it's not every, and we're not saying this is the right opinion, right? Everyone is entitled to their own opinions. And then again, also, you only live once. It's your life to do whatever you want with it. Live your life, Miss Kat. Anyway, that brings us to the end of our top stories. Now we are talking all things health and fitness. Stick around, we'll be right back.
Andres Swart, who has been a personal trainer for over 15 years now, joins us to talk about his lifelong achievements in fitness, owning his own gym, and just inspiring people to live a healthy lifestyle. How are you doing today?
I'm great. I can't complain. Just a bit shivering. I've seen it. We're on TV, but it's new. It's new.
You know what? No worry. It's just the whole country watching, but you'll be fine.
Oh no, we good. We good.
Tell us a little bit more about yourself and the work that you do.
So I started off, obviously, before I came into the bodybuilding journey, and obviously as a personal trainer. From a young age growing up, I had a very low self-esteem. And in fact, to be honest, you will not believe me, but it was about my calves, actually. I was in primary school. I'm like, we used to wear, the shorts or the long clothes. And I'm like, but why is all the kids' calves smaller than mine? So obviously it had a self-image problem with me. And, the first book I also picked up when I was 16 going into high school, it was in fact a bodybuilding book because my uncle used to be in training. So I had all the old school bodybuilding books of all the top bodybuilders that time in the 1970s and the 80s, and I was like, I want to look like that. And by starting through that, I started in my room training, getting weight, building my confidence up, and then going to high school, it was more for going into sports, for rugby to get stronger. But as I see how my body changes and how the image let people more ask me how I achieve in the training, I started getting, more into the bodybuilding side. And obviously when it comes to the personal training, besides just the bodybuilding, when I was in the Virgin Actives, training there, and I see all the personal trainers, nutritionists, I'm like, you know what? I want to be one of them. And since school, I knew what I wanted to do afterwards. And up till today, obviously, I'm not just a trainer, but I built a business out of it through the years. I'm learning how to build a brand and your own thing and not just be a trainer, but how to build something from the ground that you can be proud of the end of the day. Yes.
Wow, congratulations. That's a very inspiring story. I want to find out from you, how do you then balance being a personal coach to other people and your own fitness journey? Are you training when you are training them, or do you first train your clients and then you have personal time for yourself?
So that's the very hard part, and that's where, besides just the importance of being a bodybuilder and what you need to do, you also need to run your business and the importance in there, and you still obviously have to have a lifestyle in between. So you'll always put your business first. So your clients comes first because that's what pays for the outcome that you need in order to do what you need to do. But then I will see my schedule during the time. I mean, we start working from 5 a.m. till 10 a.m. where I have clients at the gym. Then from 10 till about 2, I will decide not to train any clients because then I focus only on me. So then it's my time. Then I will literally be in the training. And then from 2 to 7, I will work again. And at night time, that's where I do my coaching because we do work with clients from different places with different time zones. So as a trainer, doing the bodybuilding and being an entrepreneur, you have to sacrifice while still being young, the sleep over.
Yes.
So unfortunately, that's what we are doing right now to build where we need to be, is sacrificing the rest, but we do get it in when we need to.
Yeah.
So we do, I won't say a balance, I will more say it's now the grinding part to where you want to achieve in business, life, and what I'm putting in at this moment still.
How do people get in touch with you? And you mentioned working with different people in different time zones. Are you coaching people in other countries?
Yes.
How are you doing this? Is this online? Are you going there physically? How do you do it?
So the nice part about my gym is it's a personalized gym. So it's a personal training gym. So we only offer our services there. So people can't just come and train unless you have something specific that you need to reach or that you need to achieve, or in sport or in body transformations. But when it comes to the online part, where my online coaching comes, it is globally what you can do as well on that. That's where only the online communication comes in, and you still have the same. The client fills in a questionnaire, what they need to reach. The only difference now, it's not in-person training with me, but I design it now on paper, but we still have that communication. So a lot of clients still want that training from you, but not physically want you to train them on hand. So that's my business part here by the gym, is my services I offer, but my sideline and my passion is the bodybuilding and it's the coaching.
Okay. You recently coached a Emily, who participated in a bodybuilding competition. Talk to us about your preparation for such competitions. What do you make clients go through? What do they eat? Everything.
So me and Emily, we have been joined in this journey about a year now when she came to see me. So at that moment, we know the show we want to compete in.
Yeah.
And obviously, I've already from the beginning visualized what outcome we want, and with her still building the journey forward. So we look at where we are currently at, and where the body currently at, and what we currently eating, and then we take it from there, and then we take it 6 to 8 weeks from there. So then we see, okay, we need more muscle, for instance. Then we work on that part first, and we go and we increase the muscle. Then we see, okay, 6 to 8 weeks, look again, okay, we need to increase there, and there. So it's a journey that we work towards. So it's not something that you will just be able to achieve in 12 weeks, but if you give it your year, you can literally change your body, and it's the steps that we take and where we need to change. So for instance, we are looking at a bit depleted, we have to add a bit more carbs, then we add more carbs to the nutrition as well. So it depends on where we are at that moment going through this journey.
Talking about carbs, I want us to rather maybe shift our conversation to nutrition and food. When in a bodybuilding competition, what are you consuming the most?
Honestly, your list is very short when it comes to a bodybuilding competition. When we look at the carbohydrate side, we look at potatoes, sweet potato, basmati, maize meal, and oats. That's your 5 carbohydrates.
Everything that I don't like.
Literally. But when it comes from the ground, it is healthy and it's good for you, because we need to get in carbohydrates that does not maintain and pull water into your body, because we need to get the definition out, but we want to stay as full as possible and not get hungry. So we need to go for the cleanest options. When you look at the protein side, then you look at your beef, you look at your fish, you look at your chicken, your whey protein, your eggs. That will be your staple food. There are other options you can add, like cottage cheese here and there, but closer to the competition, we get stricter. So we can still have a bit of a lifestyle, going into the diet, but the closer the show comes, then we literally cut out more there. When you look at vegetable sides, it is green beans, it's broccoli, you look at your cucumbers, avocados, your almonds, but it's very health-based, but very little when you look at a list at what we consume during a diet.
During a bodybuilding competition, or throughout the preparation days or years leading up to the competition, how important is water in this journey?
Yeah. So water is one of the utmost importance when you're looking in this journey, because your body firstly have to stay hydrated going through the phase. Otherwise, we are going to lose performance. Staying hydration means the food gets transported to your body more effectively at the end of the day. Staying hydrated means your body will stay anabolic to keep on with the performance and building muscle. But at the same time, we need the water to flush out the sodium and all the toxins out of our body. The only time when we really cut our water is when we're getting closer to competition, where we want to obviously get rid of the water under our skin. But right through the journey, the water is kept high at almost.
All right. So how do people get to you? How does one find you? What is your communication modality?
So they can communicate with me also on Instagram at Dewald _ B-shaped, or just type in B-shape in Google. It will take you straight. The first one that pops up is B-shape Kickboxing and Fitness. I'm also on Instagram. When you just type in the Kickboxing and Fitness, you'll get our gym as well. But anything when you type in B-shape, you will get our number and communication on the webpage and on Google as well. It will pop up directly.
All right. Before I let you go, is there anything that you perhaps want to add to this conversation that I did not ask, that you think it's absolutely important and everyone at home should know, be it about your business, be it about bodybuilding, be it about fitness?
Honestly, if I have to put something in short and in general about everything, for me, a lot of people, if I can say of one of my clients, they want to compete now in bodybuilding due to seeing Emily and our females athletes compete, because they see the confidence change that it made in their body, and they want that same confidence change in the day. And if there's one thing I can say is, if you have an obstacle in your way, you want to stop and you need to get over it, start something that's out of your comfort zone, because that helped for me. Not just to open up more out there, but to achieve more things in my business, to stay more emotionally attached with myself and my thoughts. And that's what bodybuilding has taught me. Even if you're going to get on stage or not, but to put yourself as a priority, to work on yourself and understanding the body and what's forward, I think it can change from growing up everybody's perspective when it comes to relationships, business, and because it's the same effort we have to do in discipline, staying consistent with oneself.
A discipline definitely is the key to success in all areas of
100%.
life. Thank you so much for joining us on Smell the Coffee.
Thank you so much for having me.
We will be right back. Stick around.